Okay, I love this effect because this is basically what I feel like life is turning into. Welcome back to the YouTube. I just had to supplement my caffeine fix with another caffeine fix. I don't make espresso well. No express to the caffeine fix. So anyway, happy Valentine's Day. All right, this is what's going on. Last time, if you're subscribed to me or you just found me, just to recap, I work as a psychic medium. That's my full-time gig. So I don't come here for that job. This is something I do for fun. Just to connect people about Mandela effect, matrix, parallel universes, time slips, things like that I wouldn't talk to my clients about. Their questions are mainly about personal things in their own life. So anyway, this is what's going on. Since the last time, and I just discovered the Mandela very recently, I wanted to let you know about two things that happened. I've never seen ghosts. I have been privileged to work in the fourth dimension and to work with people who are passed over, so I'm familiar with the fourth dimension in the sense that they're entities who cross over. I have a sense of what's called clairaudient, which means I can hear them. I have done a little bit of work with the odd person's soul who's come through the house perhaps or somewhere that wants to be released, but that's not my forte. I've never seen a ghost and I always wanted to, but I feel them and I hear them when they contact me. And so anyway, getting to the point of what's so exciting is I saw what I thought was a ghost, but it is not. This happened 2 years ago. I'm bringing it up because I wanted to have one more experience, which happened 2 days ago. So, about 2 years ago, on the property, we have a community pool, that kind of an area, a few acres for that. So the area that I went to was in broad daylight. I live in sunny California, so blue sky, bright sunshine, just want to set the scene for you, about 76, 77 degrees, very hot, okay? I'm walking the dog, there's nobody around. I have 360 degrees. It is a sparsely treed area, okay? So just to set the scene, there's one tree in front of me with tons of land. So I have a complete view. There's no shadows, there's no potential anything to block my view. There's nothing but a tree in front of me and green grass. I am approximately about 15 feet in front of this tree, which is in a little park area, open area, very open, like I said, not treed, just open. And at first it caught my eye on the side, and then I looked straight at it. In front of me was a man at the tree that just arrived there. I don't know where he came from, but he went into my peripheral vision. So I was studying him. When things happen like that, you think you'd say, hey, or scream, but you're too busy trying to absorb the effect. Well, let me describe what I saw. It was first of all, flesh man. Okay, this was not a ghost. Full flesh, 360-degree fleshy man. Okay, this man definitely was out of time. The reason I say that is because it's hot. This man, first of all, was weathered like he'd been working in a coal mine or he'd been working on the fields. My immediate thought was this guy is probably from either the 20s, 30s, 40s, around there, 20s, 30s, 40s in the era. And because he was really weathered, like those pictures you see with the men that are like 35, but they look 75, being outdoors. Also, his hair was extremely messy and nasty and dirty and thick. And I think he was possibly a mixed race, possibly Hispanic, white, I'm not sure. But he was a lighter, if he was a Hispanic, he was probably lighter. And he was a medium-sized man, maybe 5'8", slim, muscled. What he was wearing was really what threw me off. If you guys are familiar, and I'm sure you are, wherever you are, other than the hot states, is a common shirt that males and females wear, and it is that lumberman shirt. Lumberman shirt, okay? They're checkered, plaid. Walmart, all those stores sell them. They're very popular among people who are hunters and people who are outdoorsmen and farmers. There's extremely, I wore them as a kid too. Okay, so the checkered red, and I believe it's red and black, they're very thick. They have like a flannel. Sometimes they even have extra flannel for the winter time. This man had this on, and it's 70, like I said, 77, almost 80 degrees. Okay, so he had this thick thing on, and he wasn't bothered by it in the few seconds I saw him. He also was wearing pants that were very hard to identify, but they were definitely for a working man. Again, somebody might see, the only thing I can say is it was a heavier material than I've ever seen. Maybe somebody that might work in oil fields, or somebody who would work in an area where it needed a heavy protection from rocks and debris and things like that. That's what it seemed like. I couldn't tell in a few minutes if it was synthetic. I just felt that it was a heavier canvas or some sort of a mixed type of pant. I'm not very hip on clothing as far as how they make it, and I don't think that many people are. Okay, moving down to the boots. This is what caught me, and this is also what sort of set up the time that this man was from. The boots were those boots that were clearly, I've seen them in old vintage pictures. And again, the men that wore the suspenders, you know, the one that working men, they all worked. And they had those suspenders with those big overblown pants, and then they had these boots with the tongues that came out of the boot. And it was some sort of a canvas, leather, mixed leather boot. It didn't look like the modern steel toe version. It looked very ancient to me, like an old boot that you might, even in army days, that's what I was thinking. This looks like almost from the army. So again, it set him, he's wearing this heavy, heavy outfit that, and I've seen workers around, you know, that in the summertime that dress in heavier clothes, but this was way, way too heavy, okay? This is like it was snowing. Okay, so anyway, the point is, what does this man do? Okay, so he did not see me. He had no knowledge I was there. He walked, let me describe what I saw. This tree was approximately maybe a foot thick of the trunk, and he walked out of the trunk. Okay, it's only a foot wide. Now this man is clearly bigger than that. So he walked from nowhere. All I saw was that he turned where the trunk was, and he entered the picture, okay? Kind of, if you think of it like a video, he entered the frame. So he entered, he was looking that way, sideways, and I don't know if he was talking, he was just kind of moving like that, you know, moving like people do. And he walked into nothing. He just kind of stepped into the other world. And it was like one of those moments where you're like, ah! Like you're like, oh, what did I just see? Dude just walked into another world, walked out of a tree and into another world. Now this all happened very quickly, but being an observant person, also being somebody that is psychic, used to using all my senses in the moment, the impression I got was this is not a, first of all, the first impression is this is a fleshly person. This person walked in our world and walked out of our world. Okay, that's the first episode. Before I brought it to YouTube, I always like to have a backup. I'm a very, you know, in spite of the fact I do this for a living and I'm into paranormal, I don't believe everything. I'm not a sucker, okay? I don't just go, oh, that was this and that was, it's always a ghost and it's always a spirit. No, 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 no. I'm a down-to-earth person. And if you watch my videos, you get the feeling I'm straight up. You know, four walls around me. I pay my bills. You know, I do right by people. I try to be a good citizen. I'm just a really straightforward person. Not every psychic's cuckoo and off into left field and, you know, abducted by aliens. That's just not true. Getting back to the second episode, this happened, whatever, 2-3 days ago. I'm driving home. Same area. Same area. So the tree is approximately the equivalent of half a block away, whatever that is, half a block away in the same area, okay? So the tree is here. I'm driving 5 miles an hour, or maybe 3 miles an hour, very slowly, kind of creeping along the pool, because I'm looking at the pool, and my driver's side is open. It's dusk, so 6:37. It's kind of dark. It's cold on this day. Okay, it's cold right now in California. It's about in the 50s. All right, so it's cold for us. So I'm driving very, very slowly, basically creeping, and I'm looking at the pool. The pool is attached to a children's playground, approximately sizes 30 by 30. And this children's playground is locked with a 7-foot iron gate. Okay, so it's gated all the way around, fenced all the way around. You can see through it. It's bright, huge lights. This place is lit up like an airport. They do that on purpose for the residents, for their safety. So it's completely lit up. Nobody's there. So I'm like, oh, good. I get to go in the hot tub. Cool. So I'm thinking this, good. I get to go in the hot tub, and I see a man. So I stop the car because it's my neighborhood, you know. I look, and a man is standing inside the playground. It's a locked playground, so what is he doing standing there? So I back the car up very slowly, again, a couple of feet. And, oh boy, this is going to have to stop temporarily because I have a client. I'll be back in a moment. Cliffhanger. Okay, I'm back, and I wanted to tell you about the second man. So, so I think I already got to the point where we were at the man, and he was, so I rolled back, roll back your brain for a minute. I rolled the car back, and the window was down, and I looked out, and I saw this man standing in the kids' playground area. It was well lit up. There was nobody else. Again, I had a complete view of the area. There was no shadows, no trees. There was nothing to shadow. Because I believe that, you can be mistaken. This was no mistake. So this man, as I was describing him, a large man, and looked like more of a modern man. And the way he disappeared in this particular case, he didn't go through or make a move into what like a doorway or anything. There was nothing that he walked. See, the other fellow that I talked about, the first one, it's very obvious that it was like a door. I don't know how to explain. It looked like, I guess because of the way that we we see movies and we see how they make people disappear and go through. Sometimes they make it like an effect, like a flash or a light. This was, just no door, no nothing. He just disappeared. So I'm like dumbfounded, like, what the? I'm still like, those moments where you're just sitting there like watching nothing, going, did I just see this human being? Now I also, just to add to some credibility for this experience I had, I know a lot of my neighbors, and I know there's a pattern with these people. Okay, so people go to this area, everybody goes a certain time, walks their dog. There's like 5 people that walk their dog around the same time. There's the same parents that take their kids at certain times. So I have some of, consistency, I have some patterns that I understand so there's nobody that looks like that on our property. There's nobody that walked away, or there was no cars where he might have walked out of my sight. It's just what it is. It is a time slip. I will let you know if there's any more. I will definitely carry a camera with me. I'm not sure if they can be filmed. I don't know that many people have filmed. It looks like the film disappears. If you look at some more stories about time slips, that's what this is called, or dimensional, you'll find that it's the film back in the day, 70s film, was blank. So we'll see with digital. Maybe with digital we could catch something. I'll let you know, but in the meantime, somebody already caught some orbs in one of my pictures. I'm not a big fan of orbs. I'm not that impressed by orbs. Unless the thing has arms and legs, I'm like, yeah, big deal. It could be a fly. So anyway, toodaloo, thanks for coming to the channel. I'll try to keep more of these magical experiences coming. They do come often to me. I just have to get up on the YouTube and make it happen. So happy Valentine's Day. Thanks. And subscribe, I guess, right? Subscribe! Yeah! Bye! Okay. I love this effect because this is basically what I feel like life is turning into. Welcome back to the YouTube. I just had to supplement my caffeine fix with another caffeine fix. I don't make espresso well. No express to the caffeine fix. So anyway, happy Valentine's Day.